What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Soldier and Fusha Only show. I am Soldier Only.
And this is the one and only Fusha as well. Here again.
Welcome to this week's episode. We're actually coming to you a day later than usual. Yesterday was a busy day, but also we sat down to record yesterday's episode. Granted, we were recording it a little later than usual, but we were also having technical issues with the stream on the Twitch end, so we ended up just postponing it until today.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're getting started right now. Got a lot to talk about this week. We had Doctor Who on Saturday. We have a new episode of Doctor Who to talk about.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Mhm.
Spoiler free.
Yeah, spoiler free.
I will try my best. I just loved it.
Yeah. First, let's start with Saturday though. Let's start with Doctor Who at first. Doctor Who's episode on Saturday. It's called Knock Knock, and it was the haunted house.
It was good. I liked it. It was an interesting twist on the whole sonic screwdriver can't do wood.
Can't work on wood, right? And the new one still can't, right? His newer sonic screwdriver still can't work on wood. So I'm glad
Still
they
hasn't
kept that,
figured wood out.
because he even mentioned something. He's like, there's a lot of wood around. And even when he said that, I still didn't realize that literally, I didn't really realize until farther in the episode, like, literally everything in that house was wood.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even all the walls, all the counters, like, it was just literally wood everywhere. And it was, it's
Good
funny,
episode.
it's funny how it's a British show, but they still, one of the characters, when they walked in, she said something about it being like a Scooby-Doo house.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's true too. Well, there's even Crowley from Supernatural and how he's been in Doctor Who. In Doctor Who, he has an English accent. In Supernatural, he has a British accent. He's a British actor,
He is, yeah.
but in a British show, he has an American accent. In an American show, he has a British accent.
I'm trying to remember his name. It's
I don't.
I think his dad's name is Morgan Shepherd. I'm not positive,
I think you're right. Yeah,
but
it is Shepherd.
I just want to mention this real quick since we brought him up. It's really cool what him and his dad do, because I've seen him and his dad. They did it in Doctor Who, but they also did the same thing in an episode of NCIS where his dad plays an older version of his character. You know what I mean? He'll play a character, but then his dad will play the older version.
Yeah.
And they did that in Doctor Who, and then, like I said, they did it in an episode of NCIS as well too. So it's neat that he does that with his dad a lot.
Little TARDIS.
But yeah, going back to the episode, yeah, it was kind of like it would be a pretty fitting episode to have around like Halloween, like in October.
Yeah, but that's like every episode of Doctor Who.
Yeah, in a way, you kind of could have most episodes of Doctor Who around the time of Halloween, because there is a lot of those episodes with monster kind of type things. And
You know what'd be cool is if the light on this instead of it being on the bottom
it was
was
the
the
top,
top.
right?
That'd be like so much cooler.
Talk about missed opportunities, right?
Right? You had one job.
Yeah, for people, for the people listening to this later on the audio version, we have this little TARDIS keychain that if you hit the button on the door, it lights up, but it lights up on the bottom. And we were saying, why didn't it light up on the top, on the lamp on the top?
Right? I know I had it, and it was taped in my car for a while because my other ride is a TARDIS.
Yep. Now it sits right under my one of my monitors when I stream.
Mm-hmm. It was still a really good episode though. I really liked it.
Yeah, it had. I mean, usually when we talk about our Doctor Who episodes, we kind of do go into spoilers on the Doctor Who episodes.
Yeah, that's true. But it's kind of like, how can we talk about it if we don't say anything about it?
Yeah, but
like,
I just don't want to go into
good.
spoilers on Guardians. So once we start talking about Guardians, we're definitely not going into spoilers on that.
Yeah, that's true.
But with the Doctor Who, I mean, it's kind of, I think it's kind of all right too.
Yeah, and we got to learn a little more about the Vault.
Oh, speaking of which, I talked to my coworker, my Whovian friend that I work with. First thing I said to him when I saw him, because we've been talking about this whole thing about the ball in Doctor Who this season so far, and like it was either a week or 2 weeks ago, we were really debating about what we think was in it, And it was funny because I got home like last week, and then I told Fusha, I'm like, wait, I forgot to tell him that it's probably the master, right?
Mhm.
So today at work, I go up to him, and before even saying, hey, how are you doing? What's going on? Or ask him even if he even saw Guardians over the weekend, like he said he was going to. I literally just go right up to him, and I just go, I think it's the master. And you know what? He goes, I do too. Like he's right on that boat. And then it's interesting. He says, you wanna know what my wife thinks? He says, he thinks it could be like Doctor Who's mom. And I'm like, what makes her think that? And he's like, well, remember there was, I'm not entirely
But
sure.
his mom wouldn't get happy about people dying.
See, and then I said
Kids
that too.
dying.
Okay, I said that too. But he said something how,
Worms.
imagine,
Right.
you have someone in, I have worms, wasn't that, Dumb and Dumber, remember? I have worms, that's what we're calling it. Alright. But yeah, continuing with the thing. It's, yeah, sorry, yeah, we also stream this podcast if you're listening to the audio version, and our chat room's being a little funny right now.
But
Distracting Fuchsia.
I think it's the master because
Okay, yeah, okay, but no,
the
this is what his wife said though. I guess there was a recent episode where it was, I don't remember who it was, but she said something, wouldn't you do anything you could to save the woman that brought you into this world? So for some reason, my friend's wife thinks that was foreshadowing something, which it could be, but I don't think it's
I don't think it's going in that direction because
my meteor.
It's okay. We all got issues. But no, I think it's the master because he's like, I brought food. I know you don't want to be here. I can come in and it he does a happy tune on the piano, and that's
Mhm.
just totally something that the master or Missy would do.
Mhm. Yeah, me and my buddy at work, we thought the same thing, that it's a good way for them to bring the master into this season.
Yeah, it
You know,
is.
I think it is going to be Missy. I don't remember where I heard it. Oh my god.
Curtis on the head.
I'm not even gonna read that. Don't pay attention to chat right now. We have a podcast we're recording. There's the audio
Oh
version
God, really?
too. Yeah,
Wow.
filthy minds in the chat. But yeah, I think it's a perfect I think it's a perfect, like I said, uh perfect opportunity to enter for Missy to enter into it. I don't remember where I heard it, but I could have sworn that I saw something about John Hamm. Remember the version of the Master that was Paxson? Remember the
Mhm.
Master when Tennant was the Doctor?
Mhm. Oh no, I dropped the TARDIS. Sorry.
Um, I heard some. I don't remember where I read it or something, but there was rumors about him coming back. So I don't know if it could be him.
I might have seen some kind of preview where he was in it, but I don't know how they would bring him back because he's regenerated. Like, how would that work?
Hmm. Yeah, I mean,
But
yeah, he's regenerated since then. Uh, and we know.
actually, one thing I can't say it without spoilers, but I like how Bill was able to figure. Oh no, I chipped the TARDIS. I need to set this down. I chipped it. But Bill was the one that was able to figure out. Wait, if this has been going on for so long, how is he alive? And then you realize he's spoilers. His son,
What?
Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, at the end,
Yes, yeah,
how the
chipped the
old guy ended
corner.
up being her son. Yeah, I wasn't. I almost said something that I wasn't. Yeah, you just do that from drop it now.
Yeah, I just barely did it. I didn't mean to do it. Good thing it's not my only
You sure it
TARDIS.
wasn't broken first?
It might have been, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
But yeah, I didn't see that twist at the end of it as it being her
Yeah,
son. I mean, the whole time, like they made it think that it was her dad.
and you know what I was actually kind of surprised of was that I didn't catch on to it sooner.
Yeah,
Because
because a lot of times we do.
I've watched so much Who that it's like some things you should catch up, like some things you should just know to look out for. And that's what I love about Doctor Who is no matter how much you know to look out for or listen or pay attention to, it's still gonna surprise you in a
Mhm. I mean, sometimes we see similarities. Like, remember we saw a couple weeks ago with the Thin Ice episode. It was a lot like the Beast Below.
way.
So I mean, for a show that's been going on 50 something years, it's a little hard to kind of keep, to keep the storylines fresh and whatnot.
It's like a kitchen. What? All
Kitchen.
metal inside.
Oh yeah, Bill said that about the TARDIS.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh God! Some of these comments, man.
I know. Yeah, I'm
Oh
not.
my, oh my.
Right. All right. But yeah, overall it was a good episode. I'm really intrigued about this whole vault thing and what's in it.
Me too.
So I really think it is going to be the Master because we do know that the actress, I can't remember her name right now, but we did know before the season started that she was going to be returning as Missy.
But I really want to know if it is the Master or whoever it is, why are they in the vault? And why can't they leave the vault?
Or the
And
planet.
why
Like,
is the
what's this with this
Doctor
oath about not leaving
not supposed
the
to?
planet? And also, I told this to the friend at work too. Um, how the Doctor said we're both prisoners.
Hmm. So
But
what kind
the
of deal
Doctor
does it
seemed
make?
a little too eager to hang out with them. Would the Doctor be that happy to really hang out with? But this is the thing. Remember, the Doctor and the Master at one point were childhood friends.
Hmm. That's true. That is very true.
So I just don't know if the Doctor would be that, because he was like, I brought dinner. Like he was all
Hmm.
kind of like seemed happy to hang out with him, whoever's in there.
I can still see it being the Master though.
I guess I could, yeah. So and then when I was thinking about this as well at work today, if it is like when was the last time we saw the Master? What was going on? Was it Danny Pink thing at the end? Remember that season
Hmm.
finale with the War in Heaven was the name of the episode, I think.
No, because the Master was back when the Doctor got put on the Dalek planet.
Oh, and then the Master kind of helped Clara and
Yeah, the Master put Clara in a Dalek
the
again.
Dalek, yeah.
We have a pointy stick.
Okay, so yeah, so they might kind of be on a little bit better terms than they
Hmm.
have been in the past because I forgot about that. Missy did help them on that episode with Darvos and the Daleks. We haven't seen any Daleks this season yet, or Cyberman.
That's
One
true.
thing about this last week's episode I was finally intrigued by too, though. The Doctor did say the word regeneration,
That's what I was gonna say earlier. I knew I forgot something, but
and
it
Bill was like, "Generation? Like, what's that?"
regenerate.
And
What's that?
he's like, "Oh, too many questions. That's enough for now."
Yeah.
So they're gonna have I think it's obviously I think they're leading it to that point to where she's not gonna know what it is. It's just gonna happen, and she's gonna be
Like it
like,
did with Billy Piper,
with
Rose.
Rose, she didn't know about what regeneration was before it happened. Clara, what about Amy and Clara? Well, okay, no, okay, so Amy was gone, but so Amy wasn't actually around.
Clara lived through it, but didn't understand what had happened.
Hmm. Yeah, because
Um,
remember Matt Smith's doctor called her from Trenzalore, still saying that guy is me, like
mhm.
so trust him like you trust me, pretty much. Um, yeah, so yeah, all in all, it was a really good. It's been a really good season so far. How many
I like
episodes has
it.
it been? Like four?
There was Knock Knock, Thin Ice,
The emoji robot.
Emoji. Yeah, there's been four because in the first
And then
one was the premiere, and it was the alien waters
oh, the water
species.
people. Yeah, yeah.
That's what
The
it was.
puddle. Okay, so there's been four, so we're cruising through this season.
Yeah.
Probably roughly around a quarter of the way through already. because it's usually
Probably, yeah.
12, 13, 14 episodes, something like that, I think.
Sounds about right.
So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
not much time of Capaldi being the Doctor.
And it is confirmed that he's going,
Yep.
which is sad.
I
But
have
they don't
I have a
usually
feeling
last
it's gonna
long.
be that guy that we've been talking. I mean, that's
I
heavily
have a
rumored.
feeling it's gonna be 2, but I don't know if it's gonna be any good. Maybe. He. It. Why do I call him it? Is a he? A he, she?
Oh
A she,
my
he?
god. All right.
A person, a human being?
All right. So
Terran. He's a Terran.
okay, nice transition there. Nice segue. Yeah, a Terran, which is what they call Star-Lord in Guardians. So leading in, Guardians Volume 2.
Yeah, we've said all we can about Doctor Who, so we're on to Guardians Volume.
Yeah, no spoilers though.
No spoilers.
So I was interested for my brother-in-law to say that he was a little worried going into it.
I was a little worried too. Well, not necessarily worried. I was more intrigued of how are they gonna turn this one better. And I was actually really surprised at the beginning because I thought, this is already happening? You know, it seemed like it would be something near the end. But it was at the beginning, and it was like, whoa, wait, so then where are they going with this?
You mean like how it started off with like kind of a lot of action like right at the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still good. I loved it. I love Baby Groot. He is amazing. I want a little Baby Groot so bad.
Mhm.
Groot.
Yeah. Baby Groot is obviously like the hit. I mean, that's even how they've been marketing the film is it's really been really centered around Baby Groot so far.
I took a picture of it when I was on the freeway the second time today. But
Oh yeah.
they actually posted, you know, on the freeway on how it has those signs that says like this or that, you know, whatever. It said, Groot, put on your seatbelt. And I loved that.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It's like I'm driving, I'm like, Groot, put on your seatbelt. Ah, I saw the movie last night. Perfect.
Yeah, the freeway sign over our freeway. Yeah,
And
said
we got
put on your
lucky
seatbelt.
because we didn't buy our tickets in advance like we probably should have. So the original theater we went to was sold out on the seats. So then we drove to another theater thinking that we were going to be in the arcade for a half hour or so until the movie started. But then my brother-in-law comes out and is like, where'd you park? And we're like, oh great, we have to go back to the car. And he's like, no, I just left my phone in the car. The movie starts in like 5 minutes. We're like, what? So of course me and my sister start running like, we gotta go get snacks, we gotta go get this, we gotta go get that. And we made it and we missed the Wonder Woman trailer. And we missed the end of the Star Wars trailer, but
no, we caught the very end of the Star Wars trailer.
Yeah, we caught the very end of the Star Wars trailer, but we did see a few other trailers, so it wasn't too bad.
No. Yeah, I actually want to talk about that Star Wars trailer real quick because we walked in right as we see Luke Skywalker turning around and saying, "The Jedi must end," and I'm like, "What?"
Yes. And my mom, when I told her that we were late, she's like, "Of course you were," and I'm like, "It was one time, but now 2 times." But this time it wasn't my fault.
Well, you were really late when you saw his Batman versus Superman, wasn't it? With
Yeah.
her when you were supposed to meet her, and yeah, you were really late.
I didn't mean to be.
But yeah, I mean, some of the other trailers we saw the trailer for Thor Ragnarok.
Looks good.
I think it looks
really good.
I'm stoked because I mean it's pretty evident that they're heading towards the Planet Hulk storyline, and I think I'm really stoked to see what they do. Yeah.
But yeah, the previews were good, and I really loved Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I thought it was amazing. The soundtrack was good. It
the soundtrack
fit
was great
well
once
with
again.
what was going on. And it's not a spoiler to say, after you see Volume 2 and you go back and rewatch Volume 1, some things do have more of a meaning. And you realize other things as to why they're that way when you didn't see or catch those things before.
Yeah,
that's what I really loved.
Yeah, that's true because when we got home, they had been playing the first one all weekend on FX, and so we got home and we watched the first one on
Actually,
TV.
I woke you up to the start of it.
Oh, that's
He,
right. Yeah, 'cause I fell
yeah.
asleep. Yeah, that's
He
right.
got cranky because his stuff wasn't working, and I'm like, just sleep.
Yeah, I got salty.
Yeah, he got super salty, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, cry me on a cracker.
Yeah,
Then I woke him up. Woke him. That's not a word.
I woke him up.
Woke him up, and it was Guardians, and then he was happy
Hmm. They but here's my thing with it. I love the first one. In my opinion, second one's better. So that's saying a lot. I, okay, here's the thing. Okay, remember I told you a lot of people at work were supposed to be going to see it?
again.
Most of them didn't go see it. Only like one of them did. So of course the ones that didn't go see it, they were asking about it. You know, they're like, "Was it good?" And I'm like, I didn't really want to tell them anything, so I was just like, "It's very good." But I also didn't want to try and overhype it for him either.
Yeah, I know, because I talked to this kid.
So literally all I told them was, "It's very good. I love the first one, and I think it's better than the first." And then I also said I wasn't expecting to have my feels hit.
Right? It was
That's kind of the
so.
only thing I really told him is I wasn't
It
expecting to have
was.
the feels.
It was definitely an emotional movie. And I talked to this kid at work today because I told him, I was like, I saw it yesterday. And he was like, "Oh, was it good?" And I was like, "It was amazing. It was so much better than the first." And he said that same fear that Josh had, no, sorry, that my brother-in-law had, that was, where are they going to go with it? Is
Hmm.
it really going to be good? And it was just so incredible. I loved it.
Yeah, see, and I know I didn't read any reviews or anything going in before it. I did see like the title of a review saying, I think all it said is Guardians 2 doesn't suck.
Mm.
So maybe that kind of helped with me going into it, not really worrying, because I did see the
I
tagline of a review saying that.
I had seen somebody on Instagram that I follow. They drew a picture of Baby Groot, and all it said was it was great.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh, I
Yeah,
want to see it. And
and I remember you showing me that too. So
Baby Groot is way too adorable. Just so
he
adorable. He's
really
just
is.
like, I am Groot.
I'd get him tattooed on me.
Right?
He's awesome. He would actually be well. I was gonna say he'd be a fun tattoo to do.
But you'd have to find the right color, because if you went into too off shade of brown, it's gonna look like poop.
Yeah, in a way he'd be fun to do just because you can do really new school and googly, but you know you can do really good expressions. But the texture and the tones and like coloring him would be a pain in the ass to do.
You would want to get someone who is damn good.
I'd put it this way: he'd be fun to draw. Still
Yes.
fun to tattoo, but more fun to draw
But
almost.
more for somebody who's really good at realistic.
Like that semi-realism new school, like Timmy B. You know, like Timmy B
Oh,
would do
Timmy
such
B
a
would
dope
knock it
Baby
out of the
Groot.
park. He would totally. And that other Woods guy,
Josh Woods would be really good
Josh
at it.
Woods, would knock it out of the park too. Yeah.
Um,
It I am just so glad that I got you into seeing the first one, because when we first got together, you hadn't seen
a
you
lot
had
of the Marvel movies.
yeah. So not only
I'd seen the first two Iron Man.
so not only did I convert you into Whovian, but I got you into the Marvel movies. And yes, you already had a background in some of the comics growing up as a kid, and you had seen like
Hmm.
Iron Man, but you hadn't seen Thor, you hadn't seen the
Hmm.
Avengers, you hadn't seen. I'm like, you need to see these. But
Or I don't think I'd see Cap yet either.
yeah, so you hadn't seen Cap yet either, so then we watched that one. And it goes hand in hand, because there may not be as many movies as you would be surprised to hear, because you think there would be since I was so deprived as a child, considering the fact that I never saw Boondock Saints until I met you.
There are a lot of classics you haven't seen though.
And see, so it's like you introduced me to the classics I never had a chance to see, and I love them. I watch them and I'm like, oh my god, how did I go so long not seeing these? But then someone like the first Guardians and some of the Avengers movies, I was like, you have to see these.
Hmm.
So I got you into more of the new movie going stuff, and
Well, the
it's
biggest one
cool.
is Who, because
Yeah.
you literally tried to get me into Who for like a couple of years before I finally like you came
Yeah.
home from. I mean, we had probably been together for like a year and a half, 2 years or something
I
when I
know,
started
one of
watching
the
it.
first times we hung out, I
Because I've been
said,
into Who for about 2 years now, something like that.
and you now knowing how big of a Whovian I am goes to prove that when you said, hey, you want to come over and hang out? I said, I don't know, Doctor Who is on. You're like, you can watch it here. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll watch it there. So I come over, and we're out back hanging out with friends, and I missed the premiere. And I'm like, what?
Oh, you did? Yeah, we watched the
And
rerun, huh?
so, but it worked out because then I ended up staying later to watch the rerun, and it was perfect. It was just, you are amazing. But anyways, it was still, I left to come here when Doctor Who premiered, and then we missed the first one. But you're like, you can watch it here, because I remember asking you, I was like, but Doctor Who was on, and you're like, yeah, I've heard of it. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, so we might be a Whovian if he's heard of it, and you really
Mm-hmm.
had like none. And
No,
then
yeah,
it
I didn't have a
was,
clue.
we were so giggly and laughy because we were still in like the early stages of our
That was our
relationship.
first time hanging out.
Yeah, it was
Like, really,
actually.
yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. I
It's
think it
your
was the
first
first.
time coming over here.
Yeah, it was. And it was just great because I lost my train of thought.
Someone in chat asked if we speak Russian. No.
No.
No. It's an awesome language, but never learned it.
Yeah.
English only. I took Spanish classes in elementary and part of junior high. I used to go to Mexico a lot growing up, but
I'm actually half Mexican and I don't know any Spanish. I mean, the only thing I know how to say in Spanish is a complete and total lie.
right.
Sí, habla español. I don't speak Spanish.
It would be no habla español.
Exactly. No
Yeah,
habla español.
yeah.
And I'm half Mexican, but I'm also British too, which explains Doctor Who.
I'm pretty much.
I'm gonna turn the fan on real quick because it's starting to get hot.
Alright,
I'm gonna open, yeah.
alright. Yeah, she's going over there to, yeah, turn on that fan. It gets so hot in this room at times.
It really does.
You know what? I hope that hang on though, I hope that the audio version isn't picking that up.
The audio version is picking it up. I hope it is.
Just turn it down.
Yeah. And I opened the window, so that should help.
Alright.
I'm back, guys. I was gone for a long time.
Alright,
Just kidding.
so yeah, all in all, to wrap up the Guardians 2 part, it was very good. I highly recommend it, especially to fans of the first one.
Yes, I highly recommend it too. It was so worth it. Drax was amazing.
Yeah, Drax had a lot more moments.
Yeah.
Once again, just like the first one though, it's that perfect blend of humor, action,
Comedy.
Yeah, but this time it has some feels. Like I said, I'm just gonna leave it at that because it's really good.
It is incredible. I loved it. It was so nice, and it was actually the first double date. Not our first double date that we've gone on, but my brother and sister-in-law's first double date that didn't include drinking.
Yeah, it was your sister and brother-in-law's first double date with anybody.
And then, nonetheless, my mom and sister had just gone to see it like the same time we did too.
Mhm.
So it was like everybody went to go see it.
Yeah, obviously the first theater we went to couldn't get into it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, switching over to some video games. I just want to mention real quick. It's actually Game Informer's cover feature in this month's Game Informer. It's a game that Ninja Theory's working on called Hellblade, and I just wanted to mention this game a little quick because I'm not done. I've been reading the article, the cover story in Game Informer, and I haven't read all of it yet. I'm pretty much most of the way through it though. But this game just seems really interesting, and I'm trying to think how I can kind of put down the premise to it. It kind of has to do with like Celtic and Viking mythology. Yeah, if you're in stream, yeah, here's the cover right here. It's called Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, actually, and
it looks good. I want to play it.
Yeah, it looks really good. At the beginning, all it says is that it's going to be for PS4 and PC, and then the release date just says 2017. So all we know, hopefully sometime this year. But the premise is, like I said, it has to do with Celtic and Viking mythology. The main character, Senua, I guess her village or her community or whatever of her people is is pretty much attacked, and her lover is ritually sacrificed. So then she's on a quest to, I guess she has his head in a in a satchel or something on her because the Celts believe that the soul is in the head.
Hmm.
So she's on a journey trying to reunite his soul or something, trying to save him or something. But the thing is that she has a psychosis. She's pretty much schizophrenic, and it's going to be portrayed to the player. Like it says in this article that you only see the world through her eyes. So
Yeah.
so you only see her hallucinations. You won't see what the world is actually like.
Which I think is going to be even cooler because I mean I myself am schizophrenic. I don't have very many hallucinations, but I do hear voices, so I think it would be an interesting game to play of how they incorporate that into
Hmm.
the player.
Well, and they've Ninja Theory, the developers have they have what's the word? Um, they've been advised with like neuroscientist professors and even other patients and people with these mental illnesses, and so they've all worked this into the game, and it really sounds like an awesome game. And not only that, they're also doing something really risky in just the terms of game development in itself.
Mm-hmm.
They're almost developing it at like an indie game budget. It's really the budget on it is really low, but they're able to get high quality, like almost triple A. It literally looks like a triple A, you know, blockbuster kind of game, but they're doing this form of what they call guerrilla development, where, like I said, they're able to knock the production costs down. Like they built an in-house motion capture studio to do all the motion capture in studio instead of having to go out to like a third-party
Mm-hmm.
studio or something to do the motion capture. The actress who plays the main character, she isn't even a professional actress. She's one of the designers on the team.
Mm-hmm.
I guess at first they originally did have an actress hired, but then she got approached to do like a Netflix movie and she backed out of it. So now they just have some chick from their art department, and that's who's on the cover. So it's
So that's who's doing her voice.
and her face and her motion capture. So that's like her. That's what she looks like at least. And
Oh
I
wow,
and I
that's
and
cool.
then I guess how they did the body paint like on her.
Yeah.
They literally just did like brush strokes on a piece of paper and then scanned it into the computer instead of like having to do like crazy character models and stuff, you know. And I guess they only did one like super high res texture model, and that's her. All the other enemies and stuff are kind of just, I guess, not. I don't know. It's just some
Up
other
to
kind of,
par.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, the images in the article, look, the game looks gorgeous. It looks really good. Like I said, it looks like a triple A big
Yeah.
budget game. But I'm really curious. I'm really interested to see how this game pans out for Ninja Theory because of this development style that they're doing. If they're able to have this game successful, it's going to be the industry is really going to be paying attention. Like people in the industry that know what they're doing, they're going to be paying attention to this game to see how it works out for Ninja Theory.
Yeah. And I swear I promise one of these days I'll get into Life is Strange. Um, we were one of these weekends here soon. I'm gonna get into it though. We've been trying to set it up,
Yeah,
but
we've had it for a while and we still haven't even played it yet.
and then I almost started my own my own game of Horizon Zero Dawn, but then I didn't end up doing it.
I don't know.
So
I know.
it's a work in progress. But this game really looks good.
Yeah, Hellblade looks good. And I've only really played one of Ninja Theory's games before. They made Heavenly Sword, which, if I remember right, I think it was actually a launch title of the PS3. And I remember it was a pretty good game. So like Ninja Theory is known of having games with like really good narrative games, like really good stories with really good combat, and that is what this game hopefully has. Like it looks awesome, and I had never heard anything about this game before. Like when I got that issue in the mail, I was like, "What the hell game? You know, what the hell is it cover? What the hell is the cover game this month?" I haven't even seen it,
It
but
looks
it sounds
good.
yeah, it looks really good. And like I said, I'm really interested to see what comes of it. Wow,
Yeah.
we have some interesting people coming into chat today, to
I'll
say
give
the least.
that gamer tag you saw, Ducks on Quack.
Hmm.
That's what that reminded me of.
Yeah, that's the coolest gamer tag I've seen in a long time. Ducks on Quack. I think it was when I was playing Destiny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that game, you said it was Hellblade?
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.
Yeah, it looks really good. I want to play it. And we actually have been still playing zombies, and we are getting farther. We're doing better each time we play, and we almost got all the power sources on. We found where all of them are at. We just need to turn all of them on. And then the last time we played, we forgot where one of them was,
Hmm.
but I think we remembered because there's only 5. So,
Speaking of
and when we
which,
got to turning 3 on at a time, whereas usually we only get to 2.
mhm. Speaking of which, I'm glad you actually brought that up. I'm glad you brought zombies up because when I was at work today on my lunch break, I was reading about some video game news. There is a DLC coming out now for Black Ops 3 called Zombies Chronicles, and I think it's is it 20 or 30 bucks? I think it's 30 bucks. So it's a DLC for 30 bucks. So it's a little steep, but what it is, it's all these. It's pretty much like most of the zombie maps that there has ever been, going all the way back to the very first zombies back in Call of Duty World at War. So back when we were playing with your brother's friend back then, so like those maps. There's I can't remember what there is. There's like 15 maps or something, like 10 to 15 maps, something there. So there's a lot of maps. It's like I said, it's a little steep for 30 bucks, but uh, uh, the but yeah, I mean, since we stream zombies, I think it would like I said, 30 bucks is really steep, but I think
Might be worth it.
it'd be really neat for us since since we stream zombies every single Saturday. So
Yep. And I finally bought a frame for my puzzle and the glue stuff, so I'm gonna put that all together
yeah, your uh, Fallout puzzle.
so that I can start on
Then
the
you have
next
another one.
Fallout puzzle. I think one of them's a 18 by 24, so I'll probably do that one just 'cause the size of cardboard that I have. But I love puzzles. They're fun. And no, we've been getting farther and farther on zombies, so it's going good.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Tune in on Saturdays.
Yeah, every Saturday evening we stream zombies.
We usually try to do the same time, but I have picked up shifts on Saturday that we might not be able to do it till like. So I know last Saturday when we tried, it was an hour before Doctor Who came on, so we didn't really have enough time to play our usual 2 hours. So instead, I mean, this Saturday we'll probably try again for before Doctor Who, where we start
Yeah,
at 7 or 8
yeah,
and go
we
till about 10 or quarter to 10
Mountain Time.
Mountain Time. Or if we don't do it by then, we'll do it after Who, like we did last Saturday. So I mean, just kind of tune in for those episodes of when we stream zombies. And I get grenade happy because I like to
Yeah,
throw
you and
grenades
your
at your head.
grenades. Yeah, and also if you miss the this podcast or even the zombies episodes, we put them up on the YouTube channel as well. We always archive them. But real quick before we wrap up this week's episode,
Go
we
see.
always have to talk about Destiny. Obviously, Destiny news. What were you gonna say though?
I was gonna say go see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yeah, yeah. Like we when we were talking about Guardians, yeah, like we said, highly recommend it, especially if you like the first one. It was very good, better than the first one, and the first one
Yeah.
was really good. But yeah, as far as Destiny's concerned, not really too much news. I mean, I did an episode of Destiny Unplugged, I think, yeah, this last week.
There is a preview on May 18th
Well,
that some
that's the
players,
event. Yeah, that's the gameplay reveal event.
yeah, that some Destiny streamers got invited to, so that's gonna be really cool to watch.
They actually invited a lot of people.
Yeah, they did.
They invited a lot of Destiny content creators. It's going to be a much bigger event than anyone was anticipating. I mean, every time there's been a reveal or anything so far, it's normally in their like at Bungie, they have a little Twitch, they have a little studio where they do their live streams, and it's normally Deej and maybe one or two other developers on a couch playing the game, showing you and talking about it. That's it. This time, it's not even going to be at Bungie Studios. It's going to be at some theater in Hawthorne, California.
That they're gonna fly out to.
Which is, yeah, because Bungie's in Seattle, Washington. Or Bellevue, sorry, but the Seattle area. It's in Washington State. So, even they are traveling for it, in a way. I mean, they're even flying out some of the Destiny content creators from Europe. Like More Console, he's British, is going. My Name is Bife is British, he's going. So it's going to be something special, and Bungie has even said that much in the TWABs and stuff that they are trying to make this something truly amazing and special for the fans, for the Destiny community. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait to finally see gameplay. I mean, Destiny 1, even with it being 3 years old, is still a gorgeous looking game, like graphic wise. Bungie has always been stellar at first-person shooter mechanics, and that's what makes this game able to be played for thousands and thousands of hours. Is that it's just fun to play, like the shooter mechanics, and it's just such a solid first-person shooter.
And even Miss 5000 Watts brought up an interesting scenario with the Destiny 2, is if in Destiny what gives them their power is light, but in the previews for Destiny 2, a world with no light, what does that mean?
Where are we going to get our power from?
Exactly. And I didn't think of that, but when I was listening to the podcast, I was like, what? That's true.
That is the one thing that we learned when those invitations were sent out to Destiny content creators. Is it was a little box and it had like a little kind of placard, like a little kind of postcard type thing, and it had like the invitation details, you know, like you've been invited to so and so yada yada event on May 18th at Hawthorne, California. Then you flip it around and it was a ghost without light. Yeah. It was a dark, dead ghost that said, "Welcome to a world without light." So not only does the Cabal attack the tower, destroy the tower, they also either damage the Traveler so bad that we can't get power from it anymore, or one thing that they've pointed out as well in the trailers, we haven't seen any ghosts. You know how everybody, the Guardians, have their ghosts like kind of hovering around them, sometimes you'll see them? We haven't seen any ghosts in the trailer, and a lot of members in the community were pointing that out even before this Welcome to a World Without Light came out.
Well, Destiny
so
players
is our
know.
ghost going to be dead?
Yeah, Destiny players know to overanalyze every little picture there is, because like you showed me before, there's a Destiny preview in Halo.
Yeah, I showed you the teaser back in Halo Reach.
But anyways, that's time to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for listening to our weekly podcast. A day late, I got hiccups.
Yeah, and if you miss us live, you can always check out the audio versions at Spreaker.com/user/SportsNerdWeb, or you could check out our YouTube channel to watch the video version at SportsNerdWeb on YouTube, or you can always see these live every Sunday at twitch.tv/Solgr only. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next week. On Sunday, though. Sunday is our normal nights.
Deuces!
Good ending.